War 10 versus LVT. I'm bringing Tigra, Cassie, and Odin, which is the heavy mist team, which I really like using. A lot of fun. I'm taking Path 3, and then I'm taking part of Path 7. Here we go. First fight is Tigra versus Sersi. This is Oakley's Sersi. Same deal as always. Don't die to your friend's defenders. Pretty standard. So I'm going to make sure I don't do that. I have an invul on just in case the special one catches me. She's being really annoying, by the way. She was not throwing heavies, wasn't hitting into me, and I was really scared that she was going to glance. And if she glanced, it wouldn't have been that much of an issue, but it definitely would have been annoying. Here she drops heavy last minute. And I didn't like the spacing here, so I decided that if she threw it, I was going to drop 2 lights, and then she dashed in and reset it. So I should have done a medium, but after the spacing off the heavy, my mind kind of said I don't like the spacing, and just decided to do 2 lights, and then that kind of carried over. But didn't really matter. Got the heavy counter and the special 2 easily killed. Next fight is a fight that I actually really enjoy. It takes a little bit of finesse sometimes because the spacing varies a little bit, but it's Tigra versus iHulk. The special 1 spacing does vary because he has very lungy attacks, so depending on where he throws it on the map versus you, it does sometimes slightly change the spacing. Like, for example, his heavy as well is like that. If he throws the heavy up into you, you do no light, but if he throws it like that and pushes off, it is a light. So just a little bit of finesse that is required, and I actually really enjoy that part of it. Alright, here he drops a full combo, which is kind of annoying. Special 2 should almost kill, and I think it puts him down to like 30, not even 20%, and I decided to bait this one out. He actually throws it anyway, but I was going to bait it out just for fun because I wanted to test that spacing a little bit. But yeah, that worked out fine. 30-second flat. Very simple fight. Nothing to it there. Then we have a Wong. The one thing to note is preferably he doesn't have any power when he dies. It's not that big of a deal. I am taking another Cassie fight though, so ideally that, ideally he doesn't have power when he dies, or he's going to give the next defender Fury and power gain, or sometimes just power gain, depending on his power. Anyway, so I start with the heavy, then I do another heavy. I do make one mistake in this fight, actually, if I recall. Alright, here we go. And I'm just hoping he throws it, and I get kind of lucky. He does throw it. Okay, heavy phase that. Perfect. And I do need to start pausing my power stings here. That was the mistake. I tried to heavy charge, and just it wasn't working. I don't know why I thought I had enough fuel to just hold heavy, but I didn't. And so I had to release it when he dashed at me. So that was just not necessarily a great play. Honestly, I probably could have intercepted, so just a bad play in general. Here we heavy miss. And now I have enough, charges to go ahead and put a decently durationed poison. He's at 93, which means I have to heavy. It's imperative that I don't do any lights or anything stupid. So I just heavy counter that. Perfect, easy. And yeah, the fight's over. So the last aspect of the fight was what? Make sure that he doesn't have power. So here I could throw my special 1, and that's what I normally would do, but instead I elect to bait that out, and he throws it immediately with the taunt. So no pre-fight, or I guess that'll be cross-fight ability for me. That's good. Okay, the next fight is Tigra versus Gorr, and again, I'm going to be invuling for this fight as well, and the invul should carry me, or carry with me into the next fight. So, same deal as always, I'm going to start with a combo or 2. If he wants to throw a heavy into me, that's cool, but I don't even think I baited in this fight. Yeah, sometimes I bait a heavy, sometimes I don't, but I just combo him, counter this special 1, and then I just want to get 3 more ruptures, or I guess 2 more ruptures, so I try to heavy counter this. Here we go, heavy counter, and yeah, the special 2 should just end it. As you can see, plenty of damage there, and he goes down very easy and very quickly. So here is my last fight, which is Cassie Lang versus Node 49 Mojo. I do have a wags on this fight, but it really is not needed. Cassie is probably the best option for this fight. She's buff immune, and she's immune to poison, and she's functionally pretty much immune to incinerate, like at least half the time. So you're going to see that. I was checking to see if his special 3 applied to degen, or if it applied hatred. If it applied hatred that turned into degen, I would be immune to it, but it does not, so that's not great. SP3 still will do a fair bit of damage to me, so I'd prefer not to take one. And so I decided I'm going to back into the corner, and at the end I'm just going to heavy charge. So here I'm in the corner, so I just heavy charge, fire that off. It's okay if I get incinerated once or twice. I have done this fight before, so, or not this fight, but this node, so I have a general inkling of how I want the fight to go. Alright, those things are looking like they almost fall off, but I get a beautiful little light intercept there. And then I drop my special 1 to taunt, and the poison falls off, which means that so do all of my power stings. But I get a really, really nice little heavy counter. And here I realize that I may not have enough fuel to phase another special one, but I decide to go for it if he throws it. And he throws it, I go for it. Oh my god, that was so close. I want you to see this again in slow motion. I phase it, and I make sure I need a quick fire because look at my fuel, 0. My fuel's at 0. That's the first time I've ever dropped a heavy at 0. But I just had to go very quick, kind of like a lot of Tigra heavy counters, so I had a lot of practice there, which probably saved me from being stunned. I would have been fine, but it definitely would have not been ideal at all. And yeah, as I was saying, basically immune to Incinerate. Look at this damage. I'm not taking any damage. Like, I'm barely taking any at all. I have 5 on me, and like, you can kind of see it in my health bar, but like, barely. Just the taunt is doing so much work in conjunction with the Inequity Mastery, which I also have. And here, I decide that I can probably keep up the taunt for the rest of the fight. I'll probably just go for an SP2, just to be a little bit faster. And yeah, this SP2 is full crit because there's a taunt, and bye-bye Mojo. So yeah, that is the war. A lot of fun fights. Really enjoy using Cassie and Tigra, especially Cassie. And thank you for watching.